hop on the hype train.
I don't think it's a bad thing, like if that's what helps you to get started though.
You don't know my life, you don't know my story, you don't know what I go through, I'm busy. I can't put all that shit to the side and just fucking go to work.
Odds are stacked against you. You're never gonna win. You're never gonna do your business. Like if you don't want to change and you're happy where you're at, don't even fucking listen to the rest of this. Like straight up.
Send them to the block party.
Send them to the block party. Like. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Totem Podcast. First of all, Happy New Year. Welcome back. We're excited to smash the 2024 goals. What's up, Eric? What do you got?
No, I was just super excited. It's New Year, New Me. The famous saying that we get every year.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. New Year, New Me. With the New Year, New Me, Eric, what are some of your intentions, you personally, why you set goals?
Well, I think we need to like take a step back and like, why are people setting goals? Like, are you setting goals just because it's like the cool thing to do or everybody else is doing it? Or are you setting goals because you actually want to change and get better in that situation? And I think there's a big disconnect. People are like, oh yeah, this year, I'm gonna get fit, I'm gonna get a six pack, I'm gonna lose all this weight. Cool. Do you actually want to do that? Is that actually an attainable goal for you? Like, if you're 400 pounds, it's probably gonna be pretty hard to get a six pack within a year. Like, if we're just being honest. But then it's like, what other goals do you have for your life? It's not just a fitness goal, a fitness trend in the new year. No, it's like goals like financially, personally, spiritually, like analyze your whole life and like, what do you actually want to accomplish in the new year?
What about you personally though? What are your intentions? Why do you set goals?
Why do I set goals? Yeah. I set goals because I want to continue to improve myself and get better at being a better person. Like if I don't, for me, if
define a better person, because better person is different for everybody.
Well, for me personally, I want to be better than who I was yesterday. I know that's kind of cliche, but if you actually do it with intention and like actually analyze yourself, like, yeah, this past year, I got a little bit better at this. I got a little bit better at reading books. But guess what? Towards the end of the year, I kind of let off the gas pedal. And for me, books like adds a little bit of value to my life. That's where I like learn the shit. It's like, cool. I read 3 books last year. Okay, my goal for this year, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna read 4 books. I'm gonna, for example, for people to know.
Go for it. Go.
No, I was just saying, like, it's just that's one thing people don't do. Like, they'll set goals in the new year, cool, but then they don't ever analyze their goals or look back on what they did the year before. Like, towards you shouldn't wait until like the end of the year, until December 31st to see like, oh, did I hit my goals? No, if they're actually your goals and you're doing it with intention, you look back on them regularly. It could be monthly, it could be weekly, it could be daily. But it's like, if they're actually goals you want to do and set for yourself because you want to change, do it more often. Don't do it just because like, oh, new year, new me, I'm going to change. Bullshit. You've been saying that the past fucking 5 years. It's time to get real with yourself. Like, if you actually want to change, fucking change. You don't need to fucking... A lot of people say like, oh, in the new year, like, I'm going to start good. Like, cool. New year is the same thing as I'm going to start on Monday.
The biggest lie I ever fucking told people is,
exactly,
I'll start on Monday. I'll start tomorrow. Like, you've been saying that for a while and you haven't done it. But why do you think people set goals? Like, if we're being completely honest, because I just want to go back and it's like, okay, you set these goals, you took the time to actually write it down or to think about it for say, but do you write it down because you really want to change? Or are you writing it down and doing that stuff because it's the cool thing to do at the beginning of the year?
I think it's...
What percentage, I guess, would you say people like that they're actually doing it because they want to change? And the percentage of people like they're just doing it because it's the cool thing to put on your Facebook and your Instagram. I put my intentions for the year. Put my intentions for the year. I'm going to be a new person.
I think it's, I don't know if cool is the right word that I'm using. I think it's just people are motivated. They're more, they got the hype going. And it's like, oh, the hype train, like new year. Okay, what am I going to do this year? I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I think people just like hop on the hype train, the motivated train of like being like setting more goals for yourself. But I don't think they're doing it with intention. And I think it's most of the people out there are doing it just because everybody else is doing it. So I got to set some goals. But if you don't actually reflect on your goals, like I was saying earlier, if you don't actually look back and reflect on your goals and actually do it for the right reasons, which is because you personally want to achieve it, not because your significant other or your parents want you to change. No, like if you do it because you want to do it, then that's when it's going to actually work. And you stick with it, not just because it's the hype train. No, it's like it's like going back to it, the difference between discipline and motivation. Right now, this time of year, everybody has motivation. That's why the gyms are going to be packed.
I don't think it's a bad thing, like, if that's what helps you to get started, though. Like, if motivation got you started, like, jump on the train. And, like, motivation, write down your goals and be like, okay, I want to do this. I'm motivated. Let's do it. Cool. But then, like I was said the other day, it's like your circle of friends, the circle of influence that you have around you. It's like, cool, you're motivated. What's going to happen the day when you're not motivated? So that's why I think your circle of friends, circle of influence, your people that you're closest to are going to be like, no, dude, you need to get back on your stuff. Whether it's your finances, your business, whatever it is. Like, hey, you need people to kind of keep you accountable. Be like, hey, you need to get back on this.
But I think everybody just has motivation. Even like your circle of friends, chingon, we're gonna do this year. We're all gonna do it together. But then kind of like one person kind of skips out, and then like
do they have motivations, or are they just going back to, or is it they're just jumping on the hype train? Like, yeah, let's do it.
What's the hype train of motivation? Everybody has motivation, so everybody's jumping on it, and it's like the hype train, but it's the hype train of motivation. So it's gonna last. If that's what you need to get started, cool, chingon, do it. But what's gonna happen if you're not doing it for the right reasons when that motivation runs out the third day in January? That's where the disconnect is. If you're not doing, that's why I want people to do it for the actual right reasons and set goals that they actually want to do. Not, oh yeah, I think it'll be cool, so let me just do it. No, do it because you actually want to do it. And that's where like a lot of the excuses start to come in, because people are like, oh yeah, I want to achieve all these things. I want to lose weight. I want to start a side hustle. I want to grow my business. But then people are like, oh no, I don't have the time. I'm too busy with all this stuff. So what do you say to the people who are like, dude, it'd be great to achieve all these things, but I don't got the time, dude. I'm busy. You don't know my life. You don't know my story. You don't know what I go through. I'm busy. I can't.
And I think that's where you're just like, you kind of go to, and you're just like, yeah, you're right, bro. Odds are stacked against you. You're never going to win. You're never going to do your business because, like, yeah, like you said, you got a family, you got kids, you're busy with life, dude. Like, yeah, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry. Like,
it's fucked up.
It is fucked up. But it's like a lot of people really don't want you. They just want you. When they say that, when they're saying those words, they just want you to agree with them. Like, do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want me to agree with you? I think there's a big difference, and people get that confused a lot. Like, yeah, everything is stacked against you, and it's not your fault. But just don't be saying that you want XYZ when you're not willing to do XYZ to get there.
So when people say that, do they just want to feel validation? Like, yeah, he agrees with me that I'm right. I'm too busy.
Yeah, because people, like, we've had those conversations with a lot of business owners. Like, well, yeah, you don't know my business. Like, I can't grow my business because I have kids now. That was the most bullshit excuse, because now you're blaming it on the kids. Yeah, wait like 15 years more, and then your kids find out you're blaming everything on them. So now they feel shitty because now you didn't achieve your dreams or whatever you want to do, your goals, because you said your kids. Like, I don't got time because of my kids, and I'm doing this. The biggest thing too for people, like, they're like, oh, I'll do XYZ. Let me build my business, then I'll have kids, or then I'll have time to do this. Like, I think it's complete bullshit. Like, if you haven't had the motivation to do it by yourself, like, sometimes you just need an external motivation. Like, people say, I want to start a side hustle. They haven't done it. So, like, now they have kids, are like, oh, I want to start a side hustle, but now I have kids, I can't do it. It's like, well, you didn't have that motivation within you. Like, now have that motivation to do it for your kid. If anything, the object of the game is just to get started. That's half the battle.
You're supposed to do it for your kids, not like in spite of your kids.
I think it's all perspective.
It's the perspective thing. Like, instead of using your kids as an excuse to not do it, use them as an excuse to do it. If anything, that should give you. Like, I don't have kids, but I imagine that would give you more fucking motivation than doing it for my damn self. Like, for me,
you would think so.
For
but
me,
there's a lot of people.
I don't need a lot of shit to survive. Fucking eat once a day. Some fucking if I am really struggling with money, eat ramen noodles and I'm good. Once a day, ramen noodles, you're good. But if you have kids, no, you have to. You should be providing a little bit more. You should want to get better because of them. Better, not only your situation, but their situation, everybody's situation.
I mean, you would think, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised where, like, yeah, they should want to do this, and like, yeah, let's do this. But you'd be surprised where a lot of people are just like, no, dude, like, I think I'm just gonna take the easy train and just do that and stuff. And I think that's where you start getting it's happened to me, it's happened to a lot of other people. You start getting the dad bod, you just start relaxing, you just start chilling because, like, dude, you're tired. Like, yeah, you deserve it. Just relax. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Like, maybe you do just want to relax because there's going to be a lot of people out there who are like, dude, I just want to relax. I had a hard, yeah, this isn't for you. This is more for the people that are just complaining about that they want to change, or that or not necessarily complaining, but they just want to change. Like, if you don't want to change and you're happy where you're at, like, don't even fucking listen to the rest of this. Like, straight up.
Go ahead and unsubscribe, unfollow pages.
This is for people that actually want to better themselves. And I think most of us, we do want to better ourselves. We just don't know how to get started. Or our circle of friends that they just kind of, you just feel like oppressed so much where you're just like, dude, but I like hanging out with everybody here. Because you go back to the validation stuff because they validate me. Like, so I think it's, I don't know. It's just interesting how that works out.
But I want to go back a little bit because you said when someone's telling you that stuff that they have all these excuses, but like, why do you agree with them? What's the point of agreeing with them? Is it just so you can shut the fuck up and just leave you alone and you can actually talk to people who actually do want to get better?
Because to a certain point, if they already have that mentality, they're not going to want to change. They just want you to agree with them. So it's like, I don't agree with that. You already know I'm not going to agree with you most of the time. Wouldn't
it be better to like tell like someone like, you could fucking do it, you're just choosing not to. If you want to do it, wake up earlier, do this. You got move some shit around and give them like a game plan, like a blueprint, or like help them out. Wouldn't that be better than just telling them like, no, dude, you're right?
It could be different for each person, like each individual. Say you want to get in shape. Most of us kind of already know what we kind of have to do. You have to start moving and stop eating so much shitty food. If you want to do your business, grow your side hustle, watching fucking Netflix 4 hours a day, like, you're not going to get it. Like, so we kind of know what things we have to do, but we're just not doing it. So that's why and I mean, we all kind of fall in that trap, but I think that's why, like, what do they call them? That's why the coaching, I'll be your coach. Everybody wants to have a coach, for a business coach and stuff. Most times, like, yes, you do need guidance, but a lot of times you know what you need to do. You have that employee in your business that's not cutting it. That's just a parasite in there. And it's like, you have to get rid of them. It's just that maybe you lack the experience to do it. And you just need like validation from someone else to be like, yeah, dude, you should fire him. It's like, oh yeah, okay, let me fire him.
Or you like the awareness too. Like, you're just so in deep in like the business, like you got your blinds on, like, I'm working on this right now. And you don't like look up and take a look around like, oh shit. Yeah, Abby, she's not fucking cutting it. But right now you're like, got your blinders on, like, she's doing good enough, like, it's good.
Yeah, just good enough to get by. And we're not just here talking shit. We've dealt with these things. That's why most of the experiences that we're having, like, we're actually talking about it because we dealt with it. We're never going to give you advice or tell you something to do that we haven't dealt with. Like, the employees that are fucking cutting it, like, we've kind of dealt with it a little bit, where you're just like, dude, you get your shit going. Like, these are the standards. And if you're not cutting it, like, we'll see you later.
I think one thing to keep in mind too is that right now, like, in the world, there's a lot of shit going on externally, like politically, and like this, gender identity shit. It's like, if you want to get better, or you want to grow your shit, work on yourself, don't worry about any of that. Don't worry about what the fuck's going on in politics right now. Don't worry about what fucking pronouns people want you to call them or whatever. Just fucking put all that shit to the side and just fucking go to work. Because I think that's another big distraction that just people they'll just see like a headline. They're like, oh no, look at this. And they start worrying about it. When in reality, they shouldn't be worrying about that. They should be worrying about taking care of their family, taking care of their own shit.
Yeah, just lock in and just go. Say okay, the beginning of the year, okay, just lock in for the next. Don't even get crazy. Yes, you want to do like your yearly goals or whatever. Like, don't get that crazy. Just do it for the month of January. Don't worry about February, March. Just do it for January. Lock in. Like, if you actually want to better yourself, say like, okay, this month I'm gonna try to read one chapter. Like, start somewhere.
If you haven't, for example, if you haven't read a book in 10 years, you're not gonna. It's kind of hard to just go and be like, I'm gonna read 10 books this year. No. Start by reading 10 pages a day. This month, I'm going to read a chapter. Break your bigger goals down into smaller, more attainable goals.
The biggest thing I could say for people is like, if you really want to change yourself, you want to better yourself, analyze the circle you're in and be like, okay, it's like we just had Thanksgiving like not that long ago, Christmas. Usually when you have something, everybody brings something to eat. So like now analyze that as people, metaphorically, like people now. What is each person around you, what are they bringing to the table? Like, are they bringing something good or not? Like, dude, you're going to get tired of fucking Uncle Joey just sitting in the corner or whatever, just eating everything up and not bringing nothing to the table. You're going to be like, hey, dog, like, hey, sorry, you're the weakest link. You got to go. Or it's like, it's messed up. Like, it's not that I'm not going to talk to you no more, but like, hey, here you go, you got to cut your circle down closer to people. Like, what are they actually bringing to your life?
Or what are you offering up too? Are you bringing the desserts that nobody fucking eats?
Are you just bringing more problems?
The store-bought fucking desserts that are just in the package and nobody opens it?
Yeah, so it's exactly. So it's analyze that circle and then start just doing little stuff. But just do it for 1 month. Don't get too crazy for the next 11 months. Just do 1 month at a time. Because sometimes we look at the whole big picture like, oh, dude, I'm not going to be able to do this. Shit, I messed up week 2. I guess the whole year. Fuck it.
I'll start next year.
Like, no, you can start. Just go.
Tomorrow.
Start tomorrow. Do month by month and just keep going. But yeah, I think the biggest thing I think for people, like 1 month, do it. A lot of people say don't be on social media and stuff, but you can choose what type of stuff. There's a lot of educational stuff that you could literally listen to. If you want to learn more about real estate, you want to learn more about insurance, whatever you are, like find those people, follow those people. Like, yes.
Follow those people and unfollow the people that aren't bringing them value.
Yeah. The block party.
That's what Joshua Young's his famous quote. Send them to the block party.
Send them to the block party. Like, if they're not bringing anything, you have to. And it sucks because you love them. But if they're not bringing anything, like, you got to go. Mm-hmm. It's like you have to think about it as an island. Where you're on the island, the Kevin Hart thing, with the girls, like, they got to go. Like, if you're on an island, you only can fit a certain amount of people. And it's like, you can only give a certain amount of people a certain time because if there's 100 people, you're really not giving the 100 people your full attention. So it's like, I think you just keep a smaller circle with more intentional people that are going to level you up. Because everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to level up. Are you? I don't think so. Like, you've been saying that, but just choose your circle, choose your friends.
I think that's the big thing for this year. Choose your circle and lock down.
And cut the people out. I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Too.
But guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys listen to where we're actually, letting you guys know here on the show. And hopefully you guys actually take it into your life and actually practice some of these things that we're telling you guys.
Yeah, we wish you guys nothing but the best. If you guys do have questions like, dude, I don't know where to get started, I don't know what to do, shoot us a message. Like, we're more than happy just to have those conversations. We don't know everything. We're not perfect, but we can pretty much let you know what's worked for us and hopefully help you guys out with that. So remember that an act of rebellion is to question. Peace.